Hello viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus, then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from Hindustan Times, published on 24th of November 2020. The title of today's editorial is Planning for a Post-COVID World. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that the G20 has been largely missing in action through much of the pandemic. The inability to have physical interactions inhibited genuine diplomatic outreach. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 2, which has sections that include polity, constitution, governance, and primarily with the section that includes international relations. Some key points from today's editorial. The Group of 20 ended its annual summit without deliverables, but with a sense that global leaders have begun shifting their gaze to post-COVID-19 world. The G20 has been largely missing in action through much of the pandemic. The inability to have physical interactions inhibited genuine diplomatic outreach. See, the G20 annual summit ended without any significant results. However, there was one very important observation that was noticed. It was that all the global leaders now have shifted their gaze to post-COVID-19 world. Now the G20, if we speak about the G20 during this pandemic time, it can be said that G20 was almost missing in action during this time of Corona, during this pandemic time. And also, we know very well that the virtual meetings are slightly disadvantageous as compared to that of the physical interactions. So we can definitely say the inability to have physical interactions, it actually inhibited genuine diplomatic outreach. Several solutions which could have been framed, would have been definitely called for. It actually could not happen. Why? Because the physical interactions were not taking place. More damaging was that every government for itself scramble that followed the outbreak, something that left little space for the spirit of multilateralism. Also, the hostility. See, one of the biggest reasons why this annual summit came up with nothing significant, it was because the hostility between the two most powerful nations, that is United States of America and China, their increasing hostility actually did not make summit easier. So, before we move ahead, it is quite important to have some idea about the G20 summit and India's contribution in it. Now, recently at the G20 summit held virtually, India called for a new global index for the post-corona world. See, India came up with a new idea. India called it New Global Index. What would happen after the world has dealt with this corona pandemic? It should be noted that this year's summit was hosted by Saudi Arabia, though it was a virtual summit. Okay. Now, let's talk about the idea which India has proposed. The new global index will be based on 4 pillars. Now, there are 4 pillars. They are number 1, talent, technology, transparency, and trusteeship towards the planet. We'll see individually what these pillars actually are. Number 1, talent. The focus must shift to multi-skilling and reskilling from capital and finance to create a vast human talent pool. See, now it is the time under the talent pillar which India has proposed. India says it is time that we have to focus on creating a vast human talent pool. There are several initiatives in India at this point of time, such as National Skill Development Mission, which actually aims to create convergence across sectors and states in terms of skill training activity, is already in direction of creating a vast human talent pool. Also, some of the recent initiatives, such as introducing a new education policy and programs like Pradhan Mantri Innovative Learning Program. So, with the talent segment, with the talent pillar which India has proposed, India is actually working in the right directions. Initiatives such as the National Skill Development Mission, the Pradhan Mantri Innovative Learning Program, and also the introduction of the new education policy, it actually shows that yes, the government focuses to create a vast human talent pool. Number two, technology. Ensuring that technology reaches all segments of the society. See, the most important thing is technology, which is very useful, should be provided to each and every sphere, each and every segment of the society. And the value of new technology should be measured by the benefits to humanity. We have to see what benefits this introduction of new technology is providing to humanity. India also suggested that as a follow-up action that a G20 virtual secretariat should be created. Also, programs such as Digital India and e-governance campaign of India, we have seen that people access to technology have definitely increased, and also the use of technology in availing other government facilities has also increased among the people. Then the third pillar is transparency. Now, reforms like right to information, ease of doing business, these things, they actually promote transparency in governance with reference to India. And at last, a very important pillar, that is the trusteeship. See, the world should deal with the environment and nature as trustees. India said we have to deal with nature as trustees and not with like an owner, which would inspire us towards a holistic and healthy lifestyle. Climate change must be fought not in silos, but in an integrated, comprehensive, holistic way. India said that climate change is a problem that everybody in the world recognizes, and now is the time that we have to join forces in order to fight against this problem. Rather than fighting individually, it is time to take a holistic approach to fight against this problem of climate change. A principal benchmark could be per capita carbon footprint. The target should be reducing the emissions. Now, if we talk about carbon footprint, it is the amount of greenhouse gases and primarily carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere by a particular human activity. So this was with the initiative that India has proposed under the name of New Global Index and the four pillars associated with it. If we talk about the future summits, in 2021, the G20 Summit will held in Italy, Indonesia 2022, India in 2023, and Brazil in 2024. Now, there is one more very important thing here to understand, that when India came up with trusteeship, this issue, how come India is performing? So, if we talk about lowering emissions in India, the government has taken lot many initiatives and government is working in a right direction. See, if we speak about producing clean energy, if we are having renewable source of energy, we have clean energy, definitely there will be a reduction in the carbon emissions. So under the segment of producing clean energy, the India and France joint initiative of International Solar Alliance is a good example. It will contribute to reducing carbon footprint. Also, under this particular segment, India has committed that India will be producing 175 gigawatts of renewable source of energy by 2022. This will definitely help in reducing the carbon emissions. Also, initiatives such as the Ujala Yojana. Okay, the Ujala Yojana. The Ujala Yojana is Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. And also another initiative, the LED Street Lighting National Program, that is SLNP. Now, under these programs, India will be saving around 38 million tons of carbon dioxide emission every year. There are many other initiatives such as the Ujjwala Yojana. Okay. If we talk about other issues, India is also doing quite well with reference to that, whether it is the issue of desertification or the issue of clean air and water. India is actually making its move in a very positive manner and in a very positive direction. So these are the initiatives which Indian government has taken. So it's not just that India is talking. India is also working. India is also setting an example. Okay. Let's talk about the present scenario. In any summit, participants reach out to their domestic public as well as lay out an agenda for their fellow world leaders. Outgoing US President Donald Trump's decision to play golf during a special session on COVID 19 was a crude message for his pandemic denying base at home. See, when the global leaders come, they actually have to set an example that should actually show their citizens that yes, our global leaders, our leaders are concerned about us. But the activity which was done by Donald Trump of playing golf during a special session, especially it actually demotivates the people there. But there was a positivity in the manner that summit members spoke of the future. The only positive thing that I'm telling, that now the global leaders are focusing on one aspect, and that one aspect is what would be the future of the world after the pandemic is over. Now everybody is actually talking about the post-Corona-19 world. There was the expected noise on vaccine distribution, debt relief, and the need to coordinate economic responses to the ailing world economies. There were several discussions on matters such as how the vaccine distribution will take place, how the debt reliefs will be provided to various countries, and also what should be the coordinated efforts in order to improve the situation of the world economy, which right now at this point of time is facing a tremendous threat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's important intervention was to underline the need to put climate change front and center of the global agenda. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji said that it is time to put collective efforts on the issue of climate change, and it has to be the primary agenda right now. The future ahead. Over the next few G20 summits, many of these abstractions need to be converted into concrete steps. The G20's strength is its ability to bring to bear the attention and resources of the most powerful governments on the most difficult global issues. Now it is time that these countries should come together, and under such difficult situation that we are in right now, it is the job of all the countries that they should combine together and work as one force against this particular condition which we are facing at this point of time. Ensuring the revival of cooperation over global financial architecture, supply chain stability, and climate will be the task of future hosts, including India, which has moved its chairmanship to 2023. So, see, the revival of cooperation over global finance architecture. This corona has devastated lot many things, and especially if we talk about the global financial architecture, it is in a very bad shape as of now. So all these issues like global financial architecture, the supply chain stability, the climate change, they will actually be the reason of concern over the next summits which will held in future. Also with reference to India, which will be holding this particular summit in 2023, it's gonna be a challenge. It is time that all the countries should come together and they should help each and everyone in order to restore the world order once again. So viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. Now, a question that can be framed from today's analysis is, do you think the G20 and its summits are just talking shops for powerful world leaders discuss its role in the time of economic crisis? So viewers, I hope you liked today's editorial analysis. Thank you very much.